You have entered a new dimension of imagination, where you control light itself, where man and machine are one and idea is reality. You have entered the Laser Lab. Hey everybody, it's Tim and Walker at Full Spectrum Laser, and welcome to the Laser Lab FSLTV.
Here we are.
Starts now. I love that intro. I think it's super cool.
I agree.
Thank you, Tim, for that.
Of course.
So, today we have a special episode. We are talking the RE3 update for the musers out there.
Indeed.
Muse users.
Oh God.
Conjunction. So the musers will have their update. We'll go through all of that, as well as the make-off. So the make-off was kind of sad. My mom's texting me.
Oh, so unprofessional.
I know. So the make-off, you know, I didn't finish. I didn't.
We had 2 weeks.
Okay, realistically, there was, you know, 6 hours. Yeah, I put aside 6 hours. I didn't get it done. So anyways, Tim won by default, and we'll show off his awesome creation that will be free download on the, you know, on the internet.
That's right.
So they can make it themselves at home.
Absolutely.
And yeah, but we did put together a little mini make. I think we're calling them mini makes, yeah?
Mini make, yeah, that works.
I like them. So we have a little mini make Halloween edition. So let's start that one.
All right, here we go. There's no. Oh yes, there is. They can hear us.
They can? Okay. Sponsored by Rockstar.
Sponsored by Rockstar. Not really.
Oh, ja. Oija.
Oija.
It's an Indonesian board game. Oija. Yeah, we're just spray painting, you know, peeling away that nasty tape.
How long did that take?
Too long. I got impatient, so I started sanding away all the little pieces. You know, get. That wasn't enough. Let me blob it on right in the middle.
There it is.
There you go. Here's a scrap chunk of wood. And don't you know it? That says Oija as well.
Good old Luigi board.
For the Ouija board. Mamma mia!
Luigi!
That's going to be the only part of the video that has audio.
Very good.
That's my favorite part. Actually, no, this part's pretty great.
I'm not pushing that.
Dude, I'm not touching it.
I'm not touching anything either.
Ooh, F. S. No way.
Like I saw Michaela on my peripheral, and she's just like this. She's like. Now that was super fun.
That was fun to make.
Yeah, that was kind of a spur of the moment thing too. We just like, let's make a mini make-off thing, yeah. And that project will be available to anyone who wants it. It's super easy, and I had a lot of fun making it.
Yeah. As soon as it's available, easy for me to say, we will make a post about it for you guys.
Yeah, and if it's too spooky for you, well, it's a piece of wood, so there's nothing too spooky about it, right? Some people are weirded out by that, I guess. But I like the Ouija board.
I mean, it's spelled out FSL with none of us pushing it, so
I know.
that's pretty weird.
I wasn't controlling it.
Nope.
Nor was laser control software.
Nope.
Speaking of laser control software, let's go through into the software.
What a segue.
I know. That was very forced. It's okay. So let's go into the software and take a look at all the updates in RE3.
All right.
This is for the musers, by the way.
Okay.
The Muse users. Yeah, I'm hanging
Okay, you're
on.
good.
Okay, we're good. So that is the turbo icon. Let me turn that off. I'm going to go to my settings. I'm going to go to device, and where you can switch the relative and absolute, I am going to.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, just trying to get
It's
things set
huge.
up. Just doing things that I should have done like 15 minutes before we started.
That's
but,
okay.
You know.
Where's your bubble guy?
Oh, you want me up there too?
Yeah.
All right.
So turbo mode, which obviously we're all. Uh-oh. I need to refresh this. There we go. I'm excited about turbo mode, so I'm going to go through that first. Go to our settings, device, and then enable turbo mode. So let's go ahead and. Okay, now that Tim's out of the way,
There we go.
we can see that it is in the laser tab of your settings, and we will enable turbo mode. So turbo mode is enabled. We'll save our changes. Get rid of this text right here. And now when we have an object, let's make an ellipse, we can actually set this to 1 pass, and turbo mode is enabled. So if I go to hit play right now, it will prompt me that turbo mode is enabled. Do you want to continue? I don't, because the laser's in another room. I don't know what's going on. So
Yeah, and you should never be away from your laser when you're
No.
firing it.
because fires do happen in the blink of an eye. Some have said. Mostly it takes minutes, but sometimes people blink, turn around to get a drink, and then, their things are on fire.
Yep.
So don't leave it unattended ever, especially in turbo mode. So now we are at speed 100. Well, what's cool about turbo mode is there's more than 100%, Tim.
Up to 1,000, right?
Up to 1,000%. So you see the current
So the
range to
top
100.
speed that it was normally is 10%
Of
on
what?
turbo mode.
Yes.
So
So we can make this speed 200% in turbo mode. That goes to 1,000, and it's really, you're going to have to find that sweet spot. I found that I think 300% is the max to get accuracy,
Right.
and depending on, what type of file you have.
yeah, if you're doing like big, like pretty simple shapes, you could probably speed that up quite a bit.
Yeah, especially circles. So if you don't want turbo mode, again, just go back to your settings and then device, and we will disable turbo mode.
There we go.
And I can't see anything on this computer. I got 18%. Okay, so that's enabled. Now we're going to go to optimize object entry points. This is pretty cool because you can actually tell it where to start the laser and stop the laser. So let's say you have a piece, an object that this is kind of the front facing piece, and you don't want that to stop, because sometimes when it stops you can generally see that edge where they've come together. It's so accurate, but you can still see it. If you want it flipped on the other side, you can just actually set that side to be the back where that laser actually joins and comes together. Pretty useful in some situations. And then in this same options tab, you can enable your vector sorting. So instead of just going by the colors, you can select which ones go first. So if I enable this, save changes, it's going to ignore any colors in the actual vector tab. So let's go ahead and copy and paste this. So we have essentially a handful of these circles. Well, oh, what are they? Ellipses.
Ellipsis.
Yeah. And then it all doesn't matter what color they are. So let's just change some of the colors. We'll change this color, change that color. I think that was already black. Change this to whatever. So now in our vector tab, you can see all these colors. And normally if you wanted yellow to go first, you would drag and drop it to the top, and that would go first, right?
Right.
So if you're following, it doesn't matter because everything is on this side. Now your layers tab is the only thing setting those. So you set those, and that decides the order. Especially if you have closed objects, open objects. Sometimes you want a certain thing to hit before another one, and you can actually select it so it goes faster. Because generally, it just goes whatever you think is fastest. Whatever it thinks is fastest. Starting point, and then just goes to the next object. If you ever noticed when the laser's running, you're like, why is it going right there?
Sometimes it makes some goofy decisions. It'll do something like in this corner, and then it'll be like, I'm going to do this object over here.
Yeah, and it mostly determined by your original design,
right,
and whatever the laser thinks is fastest, because it's not going to comprehend all of your file data and then just sort it and try to make it as fast as possible. That would take forever for loading and running jobs. So it just automatically does it. And this way you can control it. So you can speed up your jobs if you think, a certain path will be faster.
Very cool.
That is one. This is one of our largest updates ever. So there's a handful of things to cover.
So I see you have a bunch of ovals there, and they're not really in any particular order. Is there anything you could do about that?
Order?
Well, they're not like organized on the page very well.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me of the next one, Tim.
Oh,
that was an amazing segue.
I was trying to set you up, and then you just brought it up, and you're like, hey, that was a nice segue. But
thanks, Tim. You got my back. So, also, this is one of my favorite features.
This one's really cool.
Is nesting. Some people call it nesting. Software engineers here called it 2D object packaging.
Sounds fancy.
Yes, it does. I like nesting. So selecting all these objects, now you can punch in, let's see, where is it? Object packing in the lower right hand corner of the software. So it's right here. That's kind of fun. So it's right here. And then object packing, you can set the distance points, the distance from each object, and then you can set, oh, okay, I have a 10 by 10 chunk of wood. I want them to fit on that. So what we will do is set the, let's do object packing. Let's just set this 10 by 10. Oops. Invalid packing area. So that means that those objects aren't going to fit in that area. And that is because I have pixels selected. So let's do 1500. Oh, no. 1. And then we'll do 1500 on here. That works. See, it still doesn't fit. So let's change that to
click off.
Click off.
To change.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we will go to inches. There we go. I always forget that one. So let's do object packing again. We have inches. We'll do 10 by 10. No, that's the offset. Sorry. 10 by 10.
Do 20 by 20 because, yeah.
Oh, they're big. They're big.
Yeah, those are big.
Alrighty. What? Let's do. It's automatically wanting to do 12. I need to play with this more. Let's do this. Alrighty, so we have our objects. Let's do that and pack objects. Nope. Oh, that's why. My offset is
the offset needs to
this
be
point is huge.
Yeah.
I thought I had a point in front of those. There we go. No.
No, doesn't like it.
Doesn't like these.
Didn't you have the offset as just nothing? Weren't they just 0 initially?
Let's see.
No, the offset, not the padding.
Let's do 0.
You still need a padding area. Just do like a quarter inch.
I think default at this point too. Let's see that. There we go.
There it goes.
Boy, I need to play with that more.
It was when we did it. We did a run through and it worked perfectly.
Yeah. I was like, I don't need to do that again. That's easy. So I just messed with the padding, our offset. Let's see what happens when we change those numbers. Let's do 10 pack objects. Didn't really do much.
Yeah.
Let's do 4 pack objects. There we go. Got some changes. So anyways, if you have a chunk of wood, let's say some scrap material, what I like, even if it's a funky shape, is trying to figure out what the biggest square is on that scrap. I measure it out, usually, it's some weird 7x3. And if I needed to cut out a couple of circles for some wheels or something like that, I can enter those in and it automatically does it. So that's called nesting and or 2D object packing.
And Jeanette was ahead of us on that. The reason it doesn't let you change the 12 is because that's your max size on the Muse bed.
Oh, I'm so used to doing it on the Pro. I'm like, whatever.
Why isn't this working?
Yeah.
I also have a couple more questions.
That's awesome.
Kurt Deemer asks, is RE3 only for Muse machines? Can it be used on a Gen 5 hobby machine?
So unfortunately, the Gen 5 hobby machine was pre-RE3, and you cannot upgrade the hobby to have RE3. It has a completely different controller, all that stuff. So you would have to, sell that to Joe Schmo so you can get a new Muse. They don't have any trade-in programs, unfortunately.
Yeah, but now all of our machines now use RE3, including our Pro machines.
They do.
Also, Cindy Love asked, did we cut the Ouija board with the tape on it?
Yes, so we masked the wood. Tim had this really, really nice but light. What is this, like a...
It's just a ply. Is it the half-inch ply?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was extremely light, and I wanted some contrast after I stained it. So I masked it, engraved through it, sprayed it, peeled it off, and then stained it.
So oftentimes, if you don't use masking tape, especially if you're trying to get a nice dark burn, is it'll leave residue on the face.
Yeah, and this just helps add paint in there with like the easy, you don't have to go in there with like a brush and individually throw the paint in there. I mean, I've seen these on Etsy. They go for like 50 to like $225. So
yeah,
I mean,
that's literally just a block of wood.
This is just a hunk of wood.
On.
Like this is almost too thick, right? Like we could have done just a piece of wood. Why are you smiling over there?
Jeanette said modern day Ouija boards should have the QWERTY layout, which I thought was funny.
What's that?
The QWERTY, how your keyboard is.
Wow. No wonder she likes it better. You get her jokes.
I do. I appreciate it.
Okay. Anyways, let's move on in the software. So, not only being better, faster, stronger, we have your project page. Over here, some people like to add new projects and upload new designs, and they keep doing this until their projects fill up so much that it freezes everything. The memory's done on their Muse. I mean, like almost 100 projects in there, and it's freezing everything up. Their Muse
becomes... one thing you should remember is that this software isn't running on your computer. It's running on your machine, which doesn't have, however many gigabytes of memory that your computer does.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, but if you have tons and tons of vector data, giant rasters, all this in your projects, then it slows everything down. So what automatically happens now is a prompt that says, hey, you haven't opened project blah, blah, blah in 30 days. Do you still want it on your Muse? And you say, absolutely not, and it automatically just gets rid of that for you. But it lets you know, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. That's very helpful.
Because a lot of people hit us up on support and emails, all that kind of thing, and say, my Muse isn't working. What's going on?
Yeah, like it's taking a long time for RE3 to boot up, and that's more often than not that's the culprit.
Yeah, you have infinity projects in your projects tab. So I don't even like adding new projects unless somebody else is working on the laser. So I like
when I see like more than like 5 projects, I get stressed out.
Yeah, I just start
I have to
deleting
get
these
rid of some
bad
of these.
boys. Just start going through, delete, you know. Well, where's the delete button on this one?
Sean Naylor asks pretty much the same question. He's tuning in late
all good.
about RE3 on the Hobby Series. Unfortunately, you can't use RE3 on the Hobby Series.
No.
And we go into a little more detail a few minutes back.
Yeah. I mean, but we'll answer it again.
Yeah.
Sure. Unfortunately, to use RE3, you will need a new laser. In short, let's see. So if you have a Z control on your Muse, aka the Muse Vision or Muse 3D, the Z control is actually on the touchscreen now, as well as the live camera feed. So as you are engraving or cutting on the Muse Vision, this the camera captures it on the touchscreen.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
And you can actually see that in action if you watch our Muse Fiber video. We just posted it on YouTube, and we also had it on last week's show. But there's a couple of shots where we can actually see the picture, the live feed from the camera.
Yeah, the Muse Fiber video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great video. Whoever edited
I
that,
liked it.
yeah, amazing person. So, one of the last major things, besides some back end and bug fixes that you guys
Quality of
don't
life
need to know
changes.
about, there is the mobile version. Check that out. Can we see that?
Oh, here, I'll
Yeah.
just,
Uh-oh.
I can't see anything now. There we go.
There we go.
There's a little bit of glare.
A little bit. Anyways, now you can access RE3 from your phone.
Yep.
For all the musers out there, I'm waiting for your cringe
It's not going to
face.
catch on. Stop trying to make musers a thing.
Oh, I wanted to. All right. So I think that's it for now. Do we have any more questions?
Oh, yeah.
One more question?
There we go. Yeah.
Jeanette, I love your beard. I
know.
love your beard, Tim.
Matthew Bray Nimeth asks, did I hear there was a live photo preview now?
Yes, on Muse Vision and Fiber only.
Yeah, so the old Muse 2D
Does not. But if you have a 3D camera, there is a live viewer for that on the touchscreen and your mobile app.
Right.
Which you access your mobile app. Well, it's not an app. It's just mobile.
You
Mobile
do this
RE3.
exact same way you do on your computer. You just type in the
IP address and it pops up.
Right.
Which is really fun. You got basic controls on there. Just, you know,
Yeah,
pause,
stop.
stop, all that kind of great stuff. We fixed a lot of little things here and there, and I'm really excited for nesting, even though I didn't know how to use it for like 5 minutes, but
And turbo mode is super cool too.
yeah, turbo mode, of course. I mean, that's a given. It's a
Right.
given, Tim.
Obviously.
So, you have anything to add to that, Tim?
I don't think so.
One more
Wait,
question?
One more question?
Oh, that's great.
I'm not updating here.
Yeah, I'm here all day.
Oh, we just kind of answered that. As Ian French asked what kind of functionality is on the mobile app, and it's really just start,
Stop,
pause. Yeah.
What I like about it is you could, be sitting there on your phone and like, look, set up your job, and then as you're walking away, whatever, press play, or you're coming back and you're looking at it, press pause.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just nice. Options are nice, right?
Yeah, it's really just basic controls. If you're not right there to press them on your machine, and you have that. If you have the 3D camera, you actually have that feed, so you can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, which is really nice because you can be, away from the laser, designing, and be able to watch it on your phone, and make sure nothing's on fire.
Yeah.
Because fires aren't good unless they're penetrating your material, creating projects, right?
Sure.
It's concentrated light, man. concentrated light. It's
Okay.
heat.
All right.
So it's technically like fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I hope you guys loved this episode like I loved doing it. And, we got 2 more weeks of Halloween. We'll have some projects up. Whatever you guys have any ideas or you're too lazy to design something and you want us to do it, we'll do it. And we'll make it a project.
Yeah.
Well, like, oh, I need this for my robot costume. Can you please make me some files, Tim? Then Tim will do it.
What? Will I?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Anyways, so any questions, comments, just leave them down here and we'll get to you. I'm sure there's lots of questions for RE3.
Oh.
What?
Are you just trying to blow by completely losing the make-off?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah,
Nice
the
try.
make-off. Can we do the opening?
It was
Let's
a
do the
nice
opening.
try.
Make-off. Tim won.
We'll show them the project. It's over by you. I don't have it.
Oh,
It's over there.
okay. So Tim made this amazing mask, and I was supposed to make it a mask as well, but I failed because I'm the worst. But
I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but I mean, he
Tim
said it.
wins.
Yeah, so, I just made kind of a spooky little
I think it goes
half
great.
devil, half Cthulhu kind of.
I thought he was a water creature.
Well, yeah, but he's got like devil horns.
Dude, any monster has horns.
That's why I said half devil, half Cthulhu.
Anyways, I love it. I'm taking it home.
What?
Because at the end of the day, I win. So,
It doesn't.
yeah, I failed.
Which is a shame because honestly, if he had finished it, he'd have smoked me. If you've seen it.
Yeah, I went all out. I went all out, and I thought I could do it in time, but unfortunately,
Bit off more than he could chew.
my brain sees all the steps before it happens, and then like I think it automatically happens like in my brain, and then time and reality hit, and this is not cool. It's not cool losing.
2 more things before we let people go.
Oh, okay.
We mentioned this last week, but QuickSpark has started they're doing a deal. That's who we do our financing through.
No
so-
payments until 2020.
That's right.
Apply now. So if you have great ideas for the holiday season and you want to get them out and start making money and not have to make payments, this is the way to go.
Absolutely.
I think this is a wonderful. If I was in the market,
Yeah.
I would definitely go for it.
Absolutely. And then, I mean, with 3 months with a full working laser, you could
pay it off. You could do it.
Yeah.
You just gotta
You could
be.
pay it off before the payments even start.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be rad.
You need that money for materials anyway. So.
Right. All right, and then one more thing, we're doing a rotary 2-for-1 sale.
Yes. So if you need a chuck rotary and a friction rotary for your pro laser, this is the way to go. Or if you're like, hey, I have no idea which one I need, boom, there you
Got
go.
both of them.
You got
Now,
both
I
of
will
them.
stress that this is for pro machines only because there's no chuck rotary for the hobby series, the Muse.
Thank you for stressing that. I was stressing out about that myself.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So yeah, I think this is a great deal for those who are like, hey, I want to do this. Would the chuck rotary be better? Because we get that question all the time. Which rotary is best?
Yeah, and there are definitely applications for each.
Yeah.
Better applications
Now
for
you get
each.
both of them, so it doesn't really matter. You can figure it out and have fun doing it. We also have a rotary video on which rotary to get on our YouTube channel, so please check that out if you have any questions on which one you want, or tips and tricks, essentially, because in this situation you would get both for one. It's a great deal.
I think so.
Are we?
Yeah, well, that's it. That's everything.
Oh, that's finally it. Alrighty. Any more questions?
Let's see. Matthew also asked if there's any sort of control to view memory usage on the of the machine.
Control memory usage. It's a great question. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to ask Phil in software. So we'll get back to you on that, buddy, with a comment.
Yeah, we'll let you know as soon as we figure that out. Just a lot of people praising
Tim's
My
mask?
project.
Oh. That's wonderful. I mean, it'll live in my house, so it goes well with the suit.
Yeah, it does. That's it for questions.
All right.
Most of it's just people saying how awesome I am.
I totally agree. You know what? I totally agree. So if you guys didn't check out the Jimmy DeResta video where Tim and I make a laser bandsaw, you need to check that out.
That was fun.
And the Muse Fiber video is up on YouTube. So if you have any questions on that, go ahead and watch that video first, because you know the guy who edited it and the guy who took the video, amazing guys. Amazing guys. So I think until next time,
Keep making.
hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, click over here. If you want to see more awesome videos, click over here. But you don't have to take my word for it.